All right, Facebook, I am back. Hopefully everything works this time. I guess I had an echo and then my video just ended and I was sitting here talking to myself with the dog laying behind me. So hopefully this one works out better. Hey, Daniel. So we're going to try this again. So last night I had the, Denise, if you're going to stay on or whatever, if you could just kind of make sure if something happens, just kind of put it in the comment section. That would be awesome. So I don't know what's going on with the internet or whatever. So, but anyway, so last night I had the opportunity. I was looking for something. I always look late night. I always try to find something that, will expand my mind, personal development stuff. And lately I've been really trying to listen to stories of successful people that aren't network marketing, aren't really business people, just successful people. And I'm a big fan of Conor McGregor. If you don't know who Conor McGregor is, he is, in my opinion, the best pound-for-pound UFC fighter in the world. And I love his personality. He's extremely confident. He's himself. But his stories is so intriguing. And when I was watching this movie on Netflix, it's called The Notorious. It's about Conor McGregor. And when I was watching it, the whole time I'm thinking, like, these principles are all the same when it comes to entrepreneurship. All the principles and the things that he went through all tie into entrepreneurship. So the first one is his burning desire. So he's from Ireland, and when it gets started, he's talking about how his friends and his family, they have no money. They are broke. They have nothing at all. He can't afford to pay for a sparring partner, so they're training in these kind of rundown gyms. So that was his first thing, is a burning desire. And it was really interesting that it wasn't about himself. It was about his family, the people around him. That's where his burning desire laid. And in entrepreneurship, you need the same thing. You need that burning desire because things are going to be difficult. You're going to have hard times. There's going to be ups, downs. There's going to be a lot of people that are hating on you, that are rooting against you. They don't believe you can achieve it. He had the same thing, but his burning desire kept him going. The second thing was his belief. This man believed from day one that he would be the number one UFC pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He believed it from the very beginning, before it was even a thought, before he was even considered to be part of the UFC. He believed he would be the very best. And that comes down to visualization. He always talks about how he just visualized being the best. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best. There's no one better. No matter who comes up, no matter what happens, he is the best. So when he achieved this, people asked him, what happened, whatever. He already was there so many times in his head that it didn't matter. He already was there in every fight. He visualized every single fight. He already knew what he was going to do going into it, so that when he was there were no surprises. So it's the same in entrepreneurship, right? You have to have belief. You need to visualize where you want to be. You have to act as if you are already there. Because if you don't believe you can get there, you'll never get there. So it was really interesting, those two things to start off, the burning desire and the belief. The third thing was he surrounded himself with a proper team or a mentor, as we would say in entrepreneurship. You need to have a team around you or a mentor around you that is there to support you, but they're also there to force you to grow. He had that all the way. He had the support at home from his girlfriend. His girlfriend actually told him that he should quit his job, go full-time, and to pursue his dream, because she believed in him so much. She believed in him more than he believed in himself at the beginning. So she carried the load so that way he could achieve his dreams. So I thought that was really, really cool, first off. But you have to have the right team. And his team is all people he grew up with. There's all the people he grew up with, but together they force themselves to grow. Now in entrepreneurship, more times than not, your team isn't going to be the people you grow up with. It's not going to, your mentor is not going to be someone that's been your best friend. In his case, it worked out that way for him. So you need to have the right mentorship. You need to have the right team in order to succeed. It was the same for Conor McGregor. It's the same for all of us in entrepreneurship. You have to have the right people around you. The fourth thing was he dealt with all the ups and downs. He had so many ups and downs, like crazy injuries that they didn't put out there to the public that he dealt with. He was training without an ACL. But his mind over matter was so strong, and his desire to win was so strong that he continued to train without an ACL. Most people can't walk. He was training without his ACL and still fought and still won. He still won. So it's dealing with the ups and the downs. Entrepreneurship is the same way. It's the same exact way. There's no it doesn't go up. I mean, it's like constant flow all the time. But if you can deal with it, but you have to have the burning desire, the belief, the confidence, and the right team around you to get through those ups and downs. He had all of that in place. All of it in place. And even when he was at the very, very top, which will happen in entrepreneurship, there's going to be a time where you just feel like you're at the top, but boom, something happens, and now you drop. Something gets in the way. Something interrupts your success where you're at. He was at the top, he thought. He got beat by Nate Diaz, but through that, he learned what he needed to work on to become even better. So he went back into the gym immediately, worked on all that stuff, got better, came back, beat Nate Diaz, and then that opened the door for him for the biggest payday of his life, which was his boxing debut against Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, if he didn't get beat by Nate Diaz and have to go back and become even greater, he probably never would have beat Nate Diaz for the second time around and been awarded the giant contract he got to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. So at times in entrepreneurship, it seems like, why me? But you have to trust in the process that there's a reason for everything. There's a reason that you get knocked down. There's a reason that people are rooting against you. Everything is aligned for a reason. It's our job not to question that. It's our job just to keep going. But it all comes back to number one. If you don't have the burning desire, you're going to question all of it. You're going to quit when times get tough because they're going to get tough. If they don't get tough, you're not really growing. So in the end, what happens, and it's not the end for Conor McGregor, he had nothing, as I mentioned. And I don't want to go like crazy into this because I think everybody should watch it. Don't watch it with kids around. Definitely don't watch it with kids around. Blood, the whole bit. I mean, it's fighting, curse words. So don't watch with kids. And it might not be everybody's cup of tea. I loved it. But in the end, though, because he had the burning desire, because he had the belief, he already knew he would be the best. Because he had the right team, he dealt with the ups and downs the right way. He just kept going. What that did is the broke Irish boy now has a net worth of almost $100 million. $100 million. We're talking like 5-6 year time frame. From nothing to net worth of almost $100 million because he had all those principles in place. So the moral of the story is these principles, which I didn't name all the principles, but basically these are principles for success. They go hand in hand for everything in life, for every person that's successful. As an entrepreneur, I'm just translating to entrepreneurship. But these are all the same things you need to have no matter what for success in anything you're trying to do. So I thought it was really, really cool. But man, this guy's work ethic was insane. Absolutely insane what his work ethic is. 48 hours after he beat Nate Diaz, which made him the champion, on a crutch. He's on a crutch because 48 hours after a 5-round, 5-minute fight per round. It was crazy. 48 hours after, he's already doing an upper body workout. He's not sitting around relaxing, icing, enjoying the payday. He's already back in the gym growing himself. But that's the difference between these people that have this crazy success and the people that are just living every day, is just this burning desire to continually grow, to continually get better and better and better and be the best. So I thought it was really cool the way it translated to entrepreneurship, and I just kind of want to share it with you. One, my takeaways for it, and then two, to recommend that anybody that hops on here to watch it. Again, it might not be your cup of tea, but I thought it was really, really cool. So I definitely would check it out. But he was rewarded for what he did behind the scenes when nobody was watching, when nobody's forcing him to do things. He was rewarded in public for all the stuff he did behind the curtain. All the work he put in, the meals, all the time he put into it. Like two a day, he's putting just crazy hours in. Then the public saw the outcome. But it was all behind the stuff that made that possible for him. So again, and then just one quote, I actually wrote this down just so I didn't forget, and this is something we're always told as entrepreneurs, and it comes down to the forced growth, but the more you seek the uncomfortable, the more you will become comfortable, which is something we always try to go through daily as entrepreneurs, especially me in network marketing, is that forced growth. So the more you seek being uncomfortable, the more you will become comfortable. So hopefully you guys got something out of it. I just want to share my takeaways and definitely recommend checking that out. I hope everybody has a wonderful Wednesday evening. Bye, everybody.